we're doing Brussels sprouts, bacon, and pistachios. And for some of you, you're going, I love this ingredient, not so much on the other one. I love all of these ingredients. But one of the reasons a lot of people don't like the Brussels sprouts so much is because they develop a little bit of an off-putting flavor and an off-putting taste when they're cooked too long. So we're going to roast them in the oven, which tends to enhance their sweetness and their nuttiness, as opposed to bringing out some of the sulfuric gas and hydrogen sulfide and so on, and that makes it smell like rotten eggs. So I've cut them in half because I want them to cook at the same pace. We're going to cook them in a 425 to 450 degree oven. The length of time it's going to take for them to roast is going to be dependent on how large your Brussels sprouts are. So I'm giving you times on these, but you've got to use your own judgment. When they're done, pull them out. I like mine a little bit more brown. I also like burnt popcorn, so that may clue you in. Ahead of time, I have cooked 4 slices of bacon, and they were chopped. It was chopped bacon. You could cook the regular pieces and just crumble them up. I mixed that with a tablespoon of olive oil. We're going to stir those together. You could do this on the pan. I tend to make a mess when I do it on the pan. I have a lot more success when I do it in a bowl. Even though I then have to wash one more tool, I have to wash the bowl, I don't have to clean up the floor. So to me, I'm coming out ahead. We just want to toss those together so that all the pieces, Brussels sprout, have oil on them. We're going to put them on our pan. If you've got a few loose leaves, go ahead and use those. I've trimmed these. We started with a pound of Brussels sprouts, and I trimmed them down, which, depending on the stage of your Brussels sprouts, may lose between 4 to 2 ounces as you go through that process. These were in really nice shape when I got them, so I didn't lose very much. Only about an ounce went away as waste. So these are then going to go in my preheated oven, about 425 to 450. If you're baking something else or roasting something else, you can kind of play with the temperatures a little bit and adjust the time. Going to put them in for somewhere between 20 to 30 minutes, but you're going to stir them after 10 minutes. So after that first time you stir them, you come back again, stir them again. If they're looking done, if they are tender at that point, feel free to take them out at that point. Just don't keep going for 30 minutes and making them go beyond where they should be. Okay, these look great to me. As I said, I like them when they get a little bit darker. If you don't, you could try roasting them in a little bit lower oven. But if you pierce them with a knife towards the center at the core, if they are tender at that point, you can pull them out whenever. These went for probably they were less than 20 minutes. So don't worry about adjusting the time to fit your oven. Different ovens work different Brussels sprouts work different, so you just have to kind of play with it. All right, these are just about done. I'm just going to put the last few touches on here. If I can collect the last few sprouts off the plate there, or off the tray. Okay, now we're going to put on some pistachio nuts. These have been taken out of the shell. It wants you to, if you shell them yourself, make sure you rub them. You can see here you get a little bit of material off them. Make sure that you rub that off. It lets the colors come through, makes them look a little bit prettier. And then we're going to sprinkle our bacon over the top. Now, if you like Brussels sprouts, you can use less bacon. If you're not a fan yet of the Brussels sprout, then you might want to use a little bit more so you can entice the rest of your family to go ahead and join in as well. Since I like them, I'm going to leave a little bit here in the bowl. Makes great snacking on a salad later on, so they're not getting thrown away. I hope you'll try these. It's Brussels sprouts, bacon, and pistachios. For Oklahoma Gardening, I'm Barbara Brown.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.